Hello everyone, welcome to JRD Guitars. I'm John and this is my shed. So lockdown's been good and bad for all of us. For me it happened that I started to tinker with guitars. So this is the start of my journey. I've done a quick refurbishment of an old Hohner Rockwood. Those videos you can see. Sound check is coming. In fact, it's sitting here at the moment. There's a couple of things I'm not happy with. Finish on the whole is pretty good. It plays lovely, and the Tone Rider pickups which are in here, the vintage pickups from Tone Rider, are absolutely sublime, and when you play both together it is just fantastic. But there's a couple of issues that I don't like. I don't like the plates on the back. They are cheap, they are tacky. This one, for whatever reason, is machined the wrong way round, so it doesn't fit the hole properly. It has to go on inside out, so we've got this shiny rather than the matte, and the bevels and the countersinks are all wrong. So there's a couple of pieces in the finish which just need to be tidied up, so that's going to be done over the next couple of weeks. But this is a finished guitar now, and with everything else that I own, this is probably one of my favourites. The sound is just absolutely gorgeous with this. The main reason that I wanted to do this video was what's down here. So why I was doing the refurb on the Les Paul, the Great Guitar Build-Off 2020 happened. Ben Crow, Crimson Guitars organised that. Started to watch all the other channels that were associated with it. I'd already come across Brad Angrove as well, so he was fantastic. Check out his channel if you haven't. And some of the kit builds that he does, some of the links that he was posting, and some of the things that he had actually said on there gave me an idea, and I ordered one and then two. I ordered one and then immediately ordered the second one because it was something that I thought that I wanted to. It's something I've always wanted to own. It's the 335. But the first one I bought was the Muslady, however it's actually said. This is a Les Paul kit, so I'll be showing what's in that box in just a minute. And then the other one was the Rocktile, and that's the 335 kit. That one's for me. The Les Paul will probably go to a friend who's just starting on his guitar road, so that'll be put together and given to him. The 335 will be for me, and again I'll be going through. I've got another set of the vintage Tone Riders which I will be putting into that. So for many reasons, I recorded about 6% of that last segment very poorly. So I'll just go through the highlights of what it was that I found. So the main difference between these two kits is this is a £200 kit and this is an £80 kit. And those differences are obvious. Now, this seems to be, on the whole, a nice piece of wood. It's solid. I can't find many issues with it, but the finish on this kit is about, well, £100 less than that kit. The neck on this is well, it's very loose. It's not really there, so that's going to have to be fixed. And as well as the loose neck, the binding hasn't been finished very well, so it's still proud here, and there's a other couple of pieces as you go through. It's just a little bit tatty. It's a little bit mistreated, so it's going to need a little bit of work just to finish it off. It's also got this pointy piece, not like the traditional round that you'd get on the horn of a Les Paul. This is it goes pointy, and I don't know if I'm going to do something with that or not. I know I'm going to have to take the binding off just because I want to practice, because, well, I'm going to be taking the binding from this. Yeah, so yeah, on the whole, it's an £80 kit. Now, I did have a quick check of the neck. small amount of rock on. Yeah, it's a small, it's going to need an amount of work to get this complete. And again, the binding and the finish on the end is rough, so there's going to be, yeah, an amount of work. And this kit came with all the bits that you'd need to finish it off, so there will be some upgrades in here, but for the most part everything's here. Pots, a jack, some leads. Oh, that actually looks like that's pre-wired, so that will send a well, that'll save an amount of time. That's quite cool. I didn't realise they did that. Okay, this however is a much better kit. There are a couple of issues, as I went over this again briefly with the fret level. There were a couple of issues. There's a fret that isn't quite right here, and you can see that they've attempted to fix it, and there's a small mark on the fretboard that will need touching up. And again, down here there was another one where, and again, as they've attempted to fix it, not quite. And the frets that they've done it on look like they've been filed but not dressed the same as the others. But on the whole, this is gorgeous piece of wood, and the body itself as well is very, very nice. This is really, really well put together. And I did have a plan for this, which meant I'm going to need to take the binding off, but looking at it again now, I might have to rethink the colour scheme that I was going to go for, because it's actually finished really, really well, and I don't want to. The veneer is not very thick, and I'm potentially going to damage it quite a lot, and it's going to generate quite a lot of work if I do replace the binding on there. But I'll see as I go through it. I did have a very, very clear way. I probably still will remove the binding, and this again came with everything that you are going to need to put it together. So there we go, they're the next two builds. I don't know which one I'll start first, or I might even run them both at the same time. I don't know. I've got a couple of ideas that I want to try that I've never done before, so I'll probably experiment on the Les Paul. My idea for the colour scheme on the 335 means that the binding colour which is on there doesn't really fit with what I've got in mind, so I might have to replace the binding on that. So I might practice just seeing how I can, or if I can actually remove that binding on the Les Paul body first. But we'll see. They'll probably run together through to the end of this month, but we'll see. Okay, well, stay tuned. See you soon.